If you're over 40 and you're putting in work at the gym, trying to eat right, and still looking at the same belly you had 6 months ago, this is for you. After 15 years of training, my time is spent as an ICU nurse, and now as a fitness coach for men over 40, I spent years watching men work incredibly hard just to get almost nowhere. Not because they lacked discipline, but because they were following advice built for 25-year-olds. When you know what actually works for men over 40, the fat starts falling off so fast, it almost feels like you're cheating. Here's exactly what that looks like. I've coached men who dropped 5 to 10 pounds in just their first week and couldn't believe how fast the fat came off. I've got a 63-year-old client who lost 17 pounds in just his first 2 months, and he's been showing off his abs at the beach all summer. None of them did it by working harder than you're working right now. They just stopped working the wrong plan. Let me tell you what's really going on, because it's not what you've been told. You're not stuck because you're getting older. You're not stuck because your metabolism died. You're stuck because you're doing the same things you did in your 20s, and your life and your body could not be more different now. Back then, you could get away with anything. You had time, you had energy, you moved all day without even thinking about it. Now you've got a career, family, responsibilities. You eat out more because it's quick and convenient. Your hormones are a little bit less optimal and your metabolism has slowed down. That's normal. But here's the thing that keeps men your age stuck the longest. You were fit once, so you're convinced that what you're doing now should still work, even when your body's saying it doesn't. You're running a plan built for your 25-year-old self and then blaming your genetics when it fails. You're not the victim of your genetics or your hormones or your age. You're just using the wrong plan, and that's something you can fix. When I build custom plans for men over 40, everything comes down to 3 main levers. And the order matters, because most guys get it backwards, and that's why they're still stuck. The first lever is your behavior, the choices that you make all day and the reasons that you make them and how deliberately you're spending your energy. These behaviors drive everything else. The second lever is the food. It's the single biggest lever you have, and it's the hardest to get right, because knowing how to eat right is much different than actually eating right. And number 3 is your exercise. And this is the one that surprises people, because your workout is by far the easiest part, but it's the thing that has the least amount of impact on your fat loss, and it's probably where you're spending the most amount of your energy. That's why you're still stuck. Most of the advice you've heard is the exact opposite. They'll focus on the training advice, they'll mention nutrition afterward, and not even acknowledge the daily behaviors that actually determine your results. That's backwards for men over 40, and it's why you're working so hard on the one lever that matters the least. Food is the biggest lever, so let's start there. The number one mistake I see with men over 40 is that they start eating healthy, and they think that alone should make the weight come off. They'll swap the cereal, they'll order a salad, and then they wait, and nothing changes. But here's the catch. Eating healthy food is not the same as eating the right amount of healthy food. You can eat clean, healthy food and still eat way too much of it. The salad drenched in oil, the unknown amount of coffee creamer in the morning, that tiny little scoop of peanut butter, all the healthy food hiding way more calories than you'd ever guess. Eating healthy in the wrong amounts is exactly what's keeping you stuck. So the fix isn't another diet. I don't put anyone on keto or low carb or whatever's trending, because the type of diet doesn't actually matter. What matters is that the amount of calories matches your goal and the balance of macronutrients matches how you want to look and feel. I don't hand people a template. I build their plan based on the foods they already like to eat. I take what's already in their life and I figure out the right amount of calories and the right balance of macros, so they don't even have to think about it. They just follow what's written down, and that's the whole point. It takes the mental load off of them, so they're not making 40 food decisions every single day and then feeling guilty when one of them goes wrong. Even when you're eating healthier, the secret to fat loss is the amount and the balance. Get that right, and the food lever starts doing the heavy lifting for you. Now, knowing food is the biggest lever is one thing, and knowing where to start is another. If you're a man over 40 who wants to shed fat but doesn't want to have to figure out his calories and his macros and what to train in the gym and how to adjust and optimize his progress, I will do all of that for you, built around your actual life. You can check the link below or send me a message on Instagram to get started. Now, the workout, the easiest lever, is the one that everyone overcomplicates. You don't need to live in the gym. My clients train 30 to 40 minutes a day, and that's it. What we do is the exact opposite of what you've been told, and that's why 100% of them actually get stronger during the fat loss phase, while everyone else is just trying to hold on to their muscle. 2 sets per exercise, not 3 or 4 like other programs push, just 2 very intentional sets, taken to failure with exercises that are chosen on purpose. Here's the thing, losing fat comes from your calories and your energy balance. That's the food lever. Building muscle comes from tension, which comes from more intensity, which comes from pushing close to failure and getting just a little bit stronger every single time. It doesn't come from set after set that's gonna fatigue you. 2 hard sets gives you the muscle stimulus you need without burning you into the ground. That matters more over 40 than at any other age. You're already in a calorie deficit. You've already got a full life pulling on all your energy. If your workout wipes you out, you just need more rest days, and then you drag through your week, and eventually you just quit. 2 intense sets means you increase your strength, you build muscle even while the fat is coming off, and you still have enough energy left for your real life, and probably another hour back in your day. That's the piece people don't believe until they feel it. You can get stronger while you're losing fat. My 63-year-old client doubled his strength while losing 17 pounds in just his first 2 months. Just a quick note, I'm a coach and not your doctor, so treat this as general education and not medical advice. Check with your own doctor before you change anything about how you train, but this is what I see work over and over with men over 40. This is where most plans fall apart, and it has nothing to do with the gym. Your workout is only 30 to 40 minutes. That leaves 23 and a half hours left in your day. If those hours aren't intentional, nothing else matters. And this is the behavior lever that decides whether or not you actually make progress. This is the part no one talks about because most coaches don't go deep enough to get to the root of your weight loss issues. Think about it. How often do you stick to your diet perfectly until you get stressed out? What happens when you go out to eat and you celebrate and none of your normal foods are available? My clients lose weight even while they're traveling and they're going on vacation because they know what types of foods work for them and they have a baseline of the amount of food that actually gets them to their fat loss goal without having to map everything out on MyFitnessPal every day. My client Josh went to Madrid for 8 days and came back 3 pounds lighter. Sam stayed on track even through the Christmas holiday, losing 5 pounds while spending the entire time with his family. The men who win aren't grinding the hardest. They built a system that felt natural for them to follow and they stopped thinking about food all day. Rich people don't think about money and fit people don't think about calories. When you've got a system that works, all you have to do is follow it. You're not obsessing, you're not white knuckling through all the meals. It just happens and that's the whole goal. A system you follow without having to think about it. So let me tell you what this looks like when it all comes together because this is where it starts to feel like cheating. I've got a client, Jeff, he's 63. He runs a company, he travels for meetings, and when he came to me, he had a little bit of belly fat that most guys his age would just accept. Average for 63, but no plan and no idea where to start. So we built him a plan based on his real life. His non-negotiable foods stayed in, his workouts matched what his body could actually handle and not some advanced powerlifting program for a 63-year-old. He likes to sip tequila at night while he reads before bed, so we built that into his plan. He travels consistently, so we actually built in flexibility options for when he's on the road. Notice what we didn't do. We didn't take away his tequila. We didn't take away the things that he enjoys in his life. We took his real life and we built a system around it. In his first month, he lost 12 pounds. 2 months in, he's down 17 pounds. His strength doubled, his mobility increased, and he's been showing off his abs at the beach all summer. He's not even trying to lose fat anymore. At 63, he switched to try to build muscle, and he's still getting stronger every day. And he's not the only one. I've got a 49-year-old named Juan who just dropped 19 pounds in his very first month. I did this myself, losing 29 pounds in just 90 days. My average client loses 5 to 6 pounds in their very first week, and none of them can believe how fast the weight comes off when you try to lose fat the right way. Losing fat over 40 was never the hard part. The hard part was that you were running a plan built for a body that you just don't have anymore. Fix the plan and the effort that you're already putting in will finally start paying off. That's why it feels like cheating. You're not working harder than you were before. You just stopped wasting all that energy on the wrong plan. So the one move I want you to make this week is simple. Just start weighing your food. You don't need a plan yet. You don't need to change anything at all. Just start noticing what kind of food you're already eating. That awareness alone will show you exactly where you've been dropping off. And once you see it, the next question is why it's been so hard to fix in the first place. I made another video that gets brutally honest about that. The real reasons men over 40 stay stuck and the things nobody's been willing to tell you. Watch that one next.